In the first quarter of 2020, TikTok experienced an unprecedented surge in popularity. While the COVID-19 pandemic played a significant role in this growth, the platform's revolutionary format, consisting solely of short-form videos, was equally instrumental. By conditioning creators and viewers alike to engage with fast, bite-sized content, TikTok quickly became the dominant force in online entertainment. Amid this explosion, numerous everyday people rose to fame almost overnight. One such figure was a comedic creator known as Jinkit, whose real name was Alex Sarin. Alex's sketches and impersonations drew massive engagement, portraying him as a joyful and carefree presence online. But behind this digital facade, his personal life was disintegrating. Convinced that his wife was having an affair, Alex's paranoia and emotional instability led him down a path that would end in bloodshed. So, what exactly happened that took things this far? Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I've noticed many viewers forget, and it really impacts how frequently I can post. Remember, the more likes we get, the faster the next video comes. If we hit 500 likes, a new upload drops tomorrow. Now, let's get into this tragic story. Alex Sarin was born on May 18, 1992, in Staten Island, New York. His family had immigrated from Palestine, seeking refuge from regional instability. He spent most of his childhood in Vienna, Virginia, where he also completed his high school education. Before becoming a social media personality, Alex worked as a computer engineer for a government agency. Focusing on network security, he led what many would consider a comfortable life. He could pay his bills with ease, had leisure time, and even managed to save. Yet something was missing. Deep down, Alex believed he belonged in the entertainment world. While his interest in computers had led him into his field, it didn't fulfill him. The monotony of daily life gradually pulled him into a state of depression. Determined to change his trajectory, he looked to comedy, a lifelong passion. He launched a social media account dedicated to short comedic content and leveraged his deep knowledge of internet culture and algorithmic behavior to rapidly build a fan base. On January 27, 2017, Alex married his longtime partner, Nina Emery. Like him, Nina was born in Staten Island but had pursued higher education in the Philippines, earning a degree in technology. She was 1 year older than Alex and just as ambitious when it came to building a presence on social media. Alex's impersonations of movie icons like Scarface and John Wick brought in hundreds of thousands of views. His fan base grew steadily, and people adored him. Nina, on the other hand, focused her content on aesthetic lifestyle, visuals, and wellness. To outsiders, they seemed like a successful, happy couple, frequently collaborating on videos. Their daughter was later included in their content, completing the image of a loving family. But as with many things online, appearances were deceiving. In private, Nina confided in friends that Alex had cheated on her and that she was deeply unhappy. As his fame grew, so did his interactions with other women, many of which Nina believed crossed the line. Their relationship deteriorated rapidly, marred by constant arguments that eventually turned physical. Within 3 months, there were 9 separate calls to police about domestic disturbances at their luxury apartment on the 35th floor of a high-rise building. Sometimes neighbors reported the incidents, other times Nina herself did. She accused Alex of shoving her and even alleged physical assault. Despite these calls, no arrests were made, as things always seemed to cool off before authorities could take action. One couple living on the same floor later told investigators that Nina once knocked on their door in tears, begging them to call the police because Alex had taken her phone. She had no way of contacting anyone herself. On one occasion, even their daughter reportedly witnessed the violence. The relationship had become deeply toxic and abusive. Despite everything, the two remained together for reasons that remain unclear. On October 18, 2021, Nina finally asked Alex to leave their home and check into a hotel. She warned that if he didn't comply, she would file a restraining order. No such legal motion was filed, but it was clear the relationship was over. Divorce seemed inevitable. But Alex wasn't ready to let go. He agreed to leave, but what Nina didn't know was that he had secretly duplicated their apartment key and began returning while she was asleep, watching her, following her routine. 3 days later, on October 21st, he entered the apartment while Nina was away. He smashed furniture, damaged walls, and finally took their daughter's tablet to install spyware, enabling him to eavesdrop on their home. By the time Nina returned, Alex was gone, but the apartment had been ransacked. She suspected Alex immediately, but chose not to involve the police. Unaware that her daughter's tablet was now a surveillance device, Nina resumed her day. That decision would prove fatal. Later that day, Alex was at the hotel, covertly listening to audio from the apartment. He claimed to hear Nina with another man laughing, joking, and possibly flirting. According to Alex's later statement, this man was named Brian West. Age 29, Alex said he heard them kissing. Overcome with rage, he drove to the apartment, entered with his copy of the key, and found Nina with Brian, according to his own account. Brian had his arm around Nina, and the two were in a romantic pose. Without a word, Alex pulled out his handgun. He shot Brian 3 times, then turned to Nina and shot her once directly in the forehead. After the shootings, Alex called emergency services. He pretended to have just discovered the bodies and claimed to be a concerned passerby when told to stay at the scene. He abruptly ended the call, citing an emergency. Witnesses who heard the gunshots had already alerted the police, and one reported seeing Alex flee the building. Alex then drove to his daughter's school to pick her up as if nothing had happened. During this time, he reportedly called his mother and confessed to the killings. Police arrived at the scene at approximately 3:10 p.m. and found both Nina and Brian dead. The nature of their injuries left no chance for medical intervention. Thanks to eyewitnesses and surveillance footage, Alex was identified as the prime suspect. A warrant was issued immediately. He was apprehended without resistance on a nearby highway. His daughter was in the back seat. The murder weapon, fully loaded, was in the car. It remains unclear whether Alex was trying to flee or had another plan. Regardless, the evidence was overwhelming. Past abuse reports, the illegal surveillance app, the eyewitness testimonies, and forensic evidence all pointed squarely at Alex Dawe. Still, Alex insisted on his innocence. He claimed he was not fleeing, but rather attempting to bring his daughter to safety with family members. He blamed Nina for the relationship's collapse, accusing her of partying excessively, neglecting their daughter, and engaging in infidelity. Nina's friends and family categorically denied these claims. They described Alex as manipulative, abusive, and unhinged. They asserted that Nina had tried to leave multiple times but was psychologically and emotionally trapped. During a preliminary hearing on January 25, 2022, Alex attempted to assault a police officer who was testifying against him. The outburst was seen as further proof of his instability. He was warned that future misconduct would result in removal from the courtroom. Alex faces 2 counts of first-degree murder. If convicted, prosecutors are prepared to pursue the death penalty. His request for bail and pretrial release was denied due to flight risk. Furthermore, a restraining order prohibits any contact with Nina's family or their daughter. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Alex continues to reject responsibility, speaking in interviews about his lost happiness and how deeply betrayed he felt. But for the families of the victims, there is no justification, only grief and anger. Let this case serve as a grim reminder. Social media can hide deep, dangerous truths. Behind every curated video, there might be chaos, pain, or even violence. We hope this story reminds viewers to look beyond the filter. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, stay safe and take care.